Hello to all our respected doctors. This is Dr. Salim Patel, an orthopedic surgeon from Mumbai, practicing at the Kamdar Orthopedic Center and also a part of the medical affairs of Zydus Healthcare Limited. Today I'm here to talk upon the next generation of hyaluronic acid. So, before I start with the topic, a baseline discussion about what is arthritis. As being orthopedic surgeons, you're all aware of arthritis, but the main thing is why osteoarthritis. So, to explain in a simple way, as there is heart failure, kidney failure, we also have something called as joint failure. Prevalence of osteoarthritis in India, if you see the statistics say very clearly, OA is around 28.7% of the population, and also about 33% it is seen in obese patients. So, a matter to really look upon and understand the gravity of this situation. 54% of the osteoarthritis is seen in patients who are above 70 years of age. So obviously, data speaks for itself. This is an important condition to deal with. So, before I start about hyaluronic acid, something to know about synovial fluid. As everybody knows, it's a lubricant of your joints, right? And synovial fluid is nothing but a fluid which forms a thin layer. It's approximately a diameter of your hair at the cartilage surface and a good lubricant as far as the joints are concerned. So, hyaluronic acid in the joint has got concentration as well as a good function. So the important part to discuss here is the properties of hyaluronic acid depend on its concentration, because with age hyaluronic concentration also changes. So treatment protocols of osteoarthritis, as being orthopedic surgeons, we are very much aware of. So it's the triangle which we follow, the golden triangle. The bottom of the triangle being the non-pharmacological approaches and the apex of the triangle being surgery. After non-pharmacological interventions, which you always practice, as for we see topicals coming in next, followed by oral NSAIDs along with opioids. The intra-articular injection, which plays a middle role between your pharmacological and surgical line of management. So they have an important position as far as treatment of osteoarthritis is concerned. So, but the most important statement I would like to be precise on, intra-articular injections are not definitive treatment for osteoarthritis. So what are the intra-articular injections we use commonly? Steroids. Yes, it's been an old one. We've been using it for fast pain relief, useful for inflammatory flares. Adverse effects are always there, contraindications are always there. Hyaluronic acid, yes, prolonged effect of pain relief, unpredictable efficacies, unpredictable lasting effects as well, and good tolerability among the patients. PRPs, that is your platelet-rich plasma. Till date, low level of evidence, smaller sample size, wide variability in the treatment, suggested for use in more commonly younger populations, and no definite recommendations can be made about it. And there are doctors who are giving it in combination with hyaluronic acid to boost the PRP. This is what the concepts are as far as PRPs are concerned. So what are the general indications in which we give viscosupplementation? When OA is symptomatic, medical treatment has failed, patients are intolerant to the medications, and there is no acute inflammation or no severe effusion. So in these conditions, we would like to think about going into viscosupplementation. So what should be the goal of treatment with viscosupplementation? We want to reduce the symptoms of the patient, bring down his pain, and make him mobile. But there are risks when you're giving intra-articular injections. Complications are rare, extreme swellings and inflammations are seen. Infection is one of the most dreaded and the dreaded complication. Allergic reactions that can happen with any drug, whether it's intra-articular or it's oral or parenteral. Bursitis, commonly seen when injected in the wrong area. And obviously, data says there are 3 or 4 cases of acute flares up which have seen because of intra-articular injections. So coming to our conventional hyaluronic acids, there were 4 generations as such. The first generation was a multiple shot hyaluronic acid injections made up of animal source. The second generation was a single shot of animal source. Third was multiple shots but biofermented or the bacterial source. And the fourth generation was a single shot which was again the bacterial source. These were called as viscosupplements. Now we have the next generation hyaluronic acid, which is the 5th generation, which we call as viscoadaptive. The word is viscoadaptive. So this is a missing piece as far as your current or conventional hyaluronic acids are concerned, which is adaptive in nature, and it is called as Hylasto S. The presence of this drug is in over 60 countries, originated from Switzerland by a company Aptison, where it was marketed as a name called Synolis VA, and now in India, the same injection is available as Hylasto S, marketed by Zydus Synovia exclusively. So the injection, it's a 2 mg per ml injection. If we call it as a viscoelastic sodium hyaluronate gel for intraarticular use, present in a pre-filled syringe. So what is the formulation of this? It is a 2 ml injection with 2% hyaluronic acid in concentration, which is 40 milligrams, and 4% sorbitol, which is 80 milligrams. It's a glass syringe with ergonomic finger grip. Storage is at room temperature between 2 to 25 degrees. Technology is Swiss. It's biofermented and has a molecular weight of 2 million Daltons. So, 4 important properties I would like to address when I talk about Hylasto S. The first thing, it is a patented viscoadaptive property. What is that? So, when a person is standing or he's sitting, meaning he's not moving, the synovial fluid in your joints has got high viscosity and low elasticity. But the moment he starts moving, the viscosity reduces and the elasticity increases in order to adapt to the change, adapt to the forces which are generated on the knee or the stresses which are acting on the knee. So to explain it in an easier way is this chart. A patient who's sitting down comfortably, the mechanical stress on the knee is minimal, so synovial fluid viscosity is high, elasticity is minimal, and the effect on cartilage is it limits the friction between your two joint bones. But the moment the person starts running, mechanical stresses increase a lot on the knee, viscosity has to reduce to adapt, and thereby the elasticity of your synovial fluid increases. The reason behind this change from viscosity to elasticity is to absorb the shock when the patient is in motion. So this is a patented property of this product. So rheology means nothing, it's a study of flow of matter primarily in liquid state. So if you see this graph, to explain it in a simple way, it's a very simple thing. When the viscosity of your hyaluronic acid or your synovial fluid changes from a viscous state to an elastic stage, the time taken for this change is 2.5 seconds in a normal, young, healthy person. In an old person, it takes around 0.7 hertz. But in an osteoarthritic person, there is no crossover. That means there is no change from a viscous state to an elastic state. So, loss of elasticity, no shock absorbance, because there is hardly any synovial fluid remaining in an osteoarthritic patient. It's all degenerated, it's all inflamed. So your Hylasto S, this molecule, matches the crossover of a young, healthy, normal synovial fluid. So the difference between a viscosupplement and a viscoadaptive hyaluronic acid is, viscosupplements are lubricating agents in the joints. They are from 1st to 4th generations, which I have just explained. Viscoadaptive, they have a crossover frequency of 2 seconds. They easily transform from viscosity to elasticity and vice versa, and act as a better shock absorber. And that's why the 5th generation, or the viscoelastic or the viscoadaptive hyaluronic acid. Coming to the next point, breaking the oxidative loops. So to explain it in a simple way, in osteoarthritis, there will be damage to your cartilage. So there is inflammation which is generated a lot of free radicals, oxygen free radicals, or we call as ROS, that is reactive oxygen species, or NOS, non-reactive oxygen species. This causes a breakdown of your hyaluronic acid molecular weight, a decrease in the concentration, which in turn destroys your cartilage cells as well as your synovial cells, leading to pain. So how does the oxidative loops is broken when you are giving an injection of Hylasto S? So when you give Hylasto S in this condition, what it does, it will neutralize all the free radicals, and thereby prevent inflammation, prevent the breakdown of your hyaluronic acid, and will prevent the destruction of your chondrocytes as well as of your synovial cells, and thereby will reduce your pain. So to understand the oxidative stress is a simple logic. In osteoarthritis, there is more damage compared to repair. So damage is because of cartilage destruction and inflammation, which is due to your free radicals which are generated into the joint. But the currently available hyaluronic acids, if you use, they don't have antioxidants. Unlike Hylasto S, which has got sorbitol, which neutralizes all the free radicals and thereby prevents the further breakdown of your hyaluronic acid, which is injected in Hylasto S. The third important point is improve the cartilage elasticity. So, how does Hylasto S restores the chondrocyte homeostasis? So, as I told you, there is more loss of cartilage and less formation of cartilage in osteoarthritic patients. But when you give Hylasto S is in gel form. This is the only hyaluronic acid in gel form, and it has got 21% more viscosity and 54% more elasticity than a young synovial fluid. Hence, being a gel, this Hylasto S, when injected into the joint, goes and binds to the dead cartilage or to the remaining cartilage, and thereby improves the elasticity of your cartilage and restores the cartilage homeostasis. It doesn't increase, it improves the cartilage elasticity. So, coming to the fourth important point, the unique viscoantalgic effect. Yes, Hylasto S has got a unique viscoantalgic effect. So again, as I explained, this is the same diagram which we had explained before, how inflammation happens. Your normal hyaluronic acid will only take care of the cartilage damage, but they are not able to reduce the inflammation, which is because of the free radicals. But the moment you give Hylasto S, the sorbitol present in it neutralizes the free radicals, prevents inflammation, prevents the further breakdown of your hyaluronic acid, and thereby will prevent the destruction of your cartilage as well as of your synovial cells, and will reduce the pain. So this is the viscoantalgic property of your product. Data says the moment you inject this Hylasto S, within 1 week you will see a good amount of pain relief. So what is the viscoantalgic concept and the answer to treat your OA patients? Fast pain relief as early as 1 week, seen in almost 70% of the patients who are given Hylasto S. Intense pain relief is achieved. Patient presents a strong pain relief immediately after the injection in 80% by the second week. Pain relief is controlled within 65% of the patients for as long as 6 months, and co-medications are reduced by almost 73% for Hylasto S patients. So to summarize this data, we have fast pain relief, first week is 70%, intense pain relief, second week is around 80%. Pain relief is controlled, 6 months you get 65% of the patient having pain relief, and you can reduce your co-medications by 73%. So why Hylasto S? The unique synergistic action of hyaluronic acid and sorbitol. 2% of hyaluronic acid, it's a good lubricant, good shock absorber, restores the viscoelastic properties of your synovial fluid. Sorbitol, an excellent endogenous antioxidant. It is normally produced in your body. You can see in the various parts of the body, like your eyes, platelets, kidneys, certain structures of the body, it is already endogenously produced. Preservation of viscosity and elasticity is there because of sorbitol, and obviously it protects your hyaluronic acid from breakdown because of the strong hydrogen bonding it has. So synergistically they deliver a high performance gel formulation, which when injected into the patients gives you the benefit of both pain as well as a long stay of your hyaluronic acid in your joint. So the synergistic action, as I told you, of Hylasto S, the advantages of sorbitol is exceptional in protecting your hyaluronic acid from breaking down, which is demonstrated by this small experiment in which various brands of hyaluronic acid were subjected to a jar containing hydrogen peroxide, which is nothing but a free radical or a strong oxidative stress scavenger. Studies showed that Hylasto S, when kept in in hydrogen peroxide is 3 to 4 times more resistant to degradation compared to other hyaluronic acids. To summing up the pain relief as far as your OA patients are concerned, Hylasto improves the cartilage quality and shock absorption, decreases the pressure on your subchondral bone by reducing the friction and by improving the rheology. On the synovial fluid, it increases the flow and obviously decreases the inflammation, thereby preventing the remaining synovium from further degradation and inflammation. Studies to support this data. The most important study is the first one, which says pain reduction in 1,147 patients who were given Hylasto S significantly and safely reduced both joint pains and functional impairments with a data prevalent of 24 weeks, that is 6 months. But the most important thing being in all grades of osteoarthritis. The second study, which says that addition of sorbitol to hyaluronic acid reduces the onset of action of the viscosupplementation. Improvement was achieved much faster compared to any conventional hyaluronic acid. Then in high grades of knee osteoarthritis, where steroids are contraindicated, when you're giving Hylasto S, the result says for itself, 26 weeks pain relief has been achieved in patients of all grades of osteoarthritis, and was strongly noticeable in grade 4 as well. Out of 11, 10 patients had absolute pain relief despite of absence of corticosteroid. The fourth study, which says ultrasound guided giving this injection in the hip joint. Usually we don't inject in the hip joint, but what the data says, maximum improvement at 6 weeks, a good amount of pain relief. After 24 weeks, we had equally good amount of pain relief seen in most of the patients. However, we have not found any complications connected to injection method, nor any side effects of the treatment. No septic complications was observed, as this procedure was conducted under an ultrasound guidance. Then a data which supports the use of sorbitol in Hylasto S. It says reduction in the oxidative stresses, apoptosis, and mediators of inflammation and catabolism in human osteoarthritic chondrocytes. The conclusion of the study says it has a beneficial effect in osteoarthritis through restoration of the redox status and reducing the apoptosis, inflammation, catabolism involved with cartilage damage. Oxidative stresses will break down the cartilage. Hylasto S has antioxidant which restores the homeostasis and thereby improves the cartilage elasticity. So compared with other 2 ml injections of hyaluronic acid, how does Hylasto S stand out? 2% hyaluronic acid in 2 ml gel preparation, patented viscoadaptive property, sorbitol which breaks the oxidative loop, visco-antalgic effect, and obviously a Swiss technology with a better quality of product. So our take home message would be the only brand which is viscoadaptive in nature, only brand with an antioxidant like sorbitol, has a crossover frequency which is equal to a healthy young normal synovial fluid. It is the latest 5th generation hyaluronic acid. Strength is 2%, and for all OA patients this can be given in all joints. Thank you.